All right, check, check, check. I think we are online and ready to go. Okay, let's get some stuff done today, huh? Oh, that was a little bit laggy. Looking good though. All right, well, we're back at it. Ended up taking yesterday off, even though I really wanted to get all this done yesterday, or some of this done yesterday. I ended up deciding I'd rather get all of my chores done in one day, and that way I can enjoy the rest of my vacation and maybe do a stream today and tomorrow instead. Um, but today, at least my primary focus is going to be this Hayato ASIC. We have a brand new one, literal brand new one. It was sent to me where I purchased from Best Electronics. It even has the original hollow sticker on it. I don't know if y'all can see that, but yeah, it says original. This guy, I guess in the 90s and 2000s, ended up buying out a whole lot of Atari warehouses, and in effect, basically built up a whole heap of NOS parts. And for people like me, that is a godsend because you cannot find these anywhere, and the only other option you have is to pull one off of a board. And unfortunately, I'm just trying to figure out the best way I can go at this. I think just like that would be ideal. Usually you would use a chip gripper. The other problem that we're going to have is might end up just bracing this with the, there we go. Yeah. Okay, that should line nice and flat. Now, the problem that we're going to have here is, you know what, I think I'm going to do it this way instead. And that way I can grab from this corner. Obviously we'll do this under the microscope, but we're going to need to get this chip desoldered. It's a very interesting design where it's got legs, but the legs are kind of like they don't stick out like traditional quad flats do. They just kind of curl back on themselves. So I'm thinking we could just use hot air for both, but I don't know. We're gonna find out. I did have a very slight issue with some delamination when I was working with the RAM, so I'm a little nervous that we're gonna have the same problem. So I'm gonna add a little bit of flux to start, just to make my life a little easier. And I didn't get that last little row pins there. There we go. Do just a little bit. Way too much flux, but we'll be fine. Quicker I can get through that tube of Amtech, the better. Alright, so let's get. I just turned my mic off. I think I might have just done that. Just verify I am back. I am. Alright, so we're going to be working on this Lynx to start, and I'm hoping that I have enough time to get to all the way through that GT to at least pull the caps off of the GT. Now I might end up having to do this real quick, pull you out a little bit further, and then I can just zoop you up like so. That way I can see the whole chip, or most of the chip. I can just move it just a little bit back. That should be good. Now wondering. I don't know what happened to this. I'm going to probably use a much bigger tip. I'm wondering if I should use just straight up. Yeah, I think that's what we're going to do. Let's grab the biggest tip I've got here. Okay. Is now starting to work for me. The little built-in tip nozzle remover is actually starting to work. So, okay, we got that going. Now the problem with that is, fortunately, it's not angled. So, now, crap. Thought I had my thermal pads nearby. Gotta see if I can locate them. Do kind of want to put a thermal pad around some of those plastic connectors just so I don't melt them by mistake. I unfortunately am not seeing them right now. I thought they were just right over here. I am apparently wrong. And they have once again squirted away from me. Well, shoot. Keep poking for just a second here. I know they got to be around here somewhere. Well, man, I just saw them recently too. I just saw them, but I have no idea where they got to. Yeah, well, much like the rest of my house, my workbench needs another freaking touch-up. I'm gonna have to go through everything again and relocate all my missing stuff, so I'm hoping. Oh man. Well, I could just do some aluminum over it, I suppose. I'll just poke around here real quick. There. Well, dang. This is what I get for being so disorganized again. At one point I had all this put back together and oh, there they are. There they are. Okay, good. Okay. So essentially we're gonna just cover this connector with a thermal pad here. Nice thick thermal pad. And the only reason I'm doing this is I'd much prefer not melting these connectors. Might be a little overkill what I'm doing, but I'm okay with that. Because I think I'd be able to, I might be able to source these, maybe, if I was lucky. I might be able to source a new one, but you never really know, and I would rather not take the chance. when 2 seconds of preventative measures can prevent you from spending way more money than you need to and doing more work than you need to, go ahead and do that. Alright, so we're just going to start off with some basic taping. Gotta be careful, you can't get too overconfident with the thermal pads because if they fold up like they're doing right here, see how it's kind of folding up, and that hot air can get underneath it, and it ruins the point of the thermal pad. So kind of gotta just be careful. I have used these pads before and not paid attention, and I still melted the connector. I mean, anything's possible, but Captain tape is cheap, thermal pads are cheap. You gotta use excess, then use excess. Okay, there you go. They're like a silicone type material, so they're tacky but not sticky. Okay. Now this is kind of boring. Can't really get it on camera because it's spend way more time than it's worth. Okay, so let's just go ahead and same thing. We're gonna just tack you down. A little bit of Kapton. Okay. Now, can't have you bulge out like that. So right here like that. Okay. And then one final little layer. We'll go horizontal. Again, I try to stress this is not a necessary step. I suppose if you really were just ultra careful, you could avoid melting those connectors. But I have her nice and wrapped up now, and that should just prevent any accidental overspray, so to speak, from causing me headaches. So we just want to get like that, just so I can see all the pads when they start to melt. And I'm going to grab from this corner here and hopefully just lift straight up. So let's see if we can do this without ruining the board. Might have been better off putting a little leaded on there first. Yeah, see the Oh, I just blew up a capacitor. Several capacitors, actually. That's kind of what I was afraid of. Well, she's dead now. Oh, that crystal just died. Oof. Well, yeah. Kind of what I was expecting to happen. This cap exploded. Right there. Shit. What a fucking... What a pain in my butt, man. Well, the good news is I didn't melt any plastic. Those are fucked. Same value, so I'm assuming this capacitor is toast. I might be able to potentially rescue this. Can't tell. Yeah, see, there's a whole lot of these passives that just came off, and problem is now I can't tell what goes where. I think I was a betting man. This guy go right here. I think we could fix this, honestly. I really do. I think we could fix this. Now, might get lucky. I might have that capacitor in my bag. I think we can fix this though, because these are all... I'm going to need to apply some heat, maybe from the bottom of the board. This guy, we're going to pull him off to the side real quick. Got a resistor I got to replace. I mean, kind of melted that crystal down a little bit, but I think the crystal should be okay. Now, let's take a look. The rest of the board is looking fine. Yeah, so that's another problem. Electrolytic caps don't like heat. But otherwise, looking okay. Yeah, I got the one cap I've got to deal with. I kind of melted that plastic shielding around that crystal. Other than that, Wasn't really expecting that, to be quite honest. Good example, though, of why you gotta be careful with electrolytic caps and heat. Generally, I try to avoid using hot air around them, but in this case, I really kind of had no choice. Now, I don't know. Problem we're going to have now is now we're 100% going to be right up against this connector, so I'm not sure if this is going to melt or not. Let's see if we can maybe rescue one of these resistors real quick. Okay. We do have a shot here. Now, is this guy soldered? No. So I'm thinking maybe I just go get my soldering iron prepped here real quick, and then I could probably hand solder the diode and the resistors. I know after all of this, it's probably still not going to work. Okay. All right. So that's the thing that can happen. It's not too fun, but I got crap on my thing too. All right, well, you know, it is what it is. Sometimes these things just happen, and you gotta roll with the punches. I guess I probably should have desoldered that cap beforehand. I just didn't think it was gonna get to that level of heat. Now, that is the one thing. All those components would have been fine if, for instance, the thing didn't explode. That explosion was really, really violent, and that is what caused everything to move. So now we are in the mess that we are in, which isn't as bad as I initially thought, but still not really what I wanted to be doing right now. And I'm quite embarrassed. But this is just it's a good reason. This is why, maybe why watching amateur techs like me is a good thing, because you can get a better expectation of what's going to happen, which is anything. But you know, we live, we learn. Should have trusted my gut. Probably should have removed the capacitor, but it's okay. It's alright, it's alright, it's alright. Because all we really have to do now, just kind of solder things back into place. That's a good thing about these old school chunky passives. It's very easy to, I gotta go do that other side too, but once I get these guys into place, then the resistor arrays are going to require some hot air, and I need grab. Okay. Now we got him back into place there. All right, so let's do a little bit of a board flip because I need to have better access. We're just gonna do this. Okay. I got messaging me on Facebook about a TurboGrafx 16 that I'm interested in. All right, so now I just gotta kind of same thing here. A little bit extra solder. It's a little bit much, but just want to make sure there's a good connection on both sides. Okay. Okay. That one's good. Now I can take this guy over here and him back into place. Same thing, just gotta kind of get him into position. There we go. Okay. Oh, 2, 3. Where's that other diode array supposed to go? I've got the 3 there, and I've got one I've got to put back on, and I have no idea where it came from now. I'll find it. It's got to be somewhere nearby. I might actually have to take a quick 2-minute break. I don't learn my lesson about Mother Nature. Okay, let me go do that real fast, and then we'll come inspect the board and see if we could figure out where that missing diode array, the resistor array, is supposed to go. I'm not really seeing it offhand. Let's see here. I mean, there's one over there, but it would honestly be around this area. It does look a little deformed now, but that could just be because the thing is closed. I don't want to bend that too much because I'll snap it, but that should be okay. Anyway, there it is right there. Okay, that's where it's supposed to go. So that 35 volt, 40 microfarad? I'll be right back, guys. Alright, well, let's see here. Now, boy, this is not going to be a fun one to get back together, is it? I'm not really sure what I can do to protect this connector, because right now it is pretty close to where I need to work. And as we can see, it's going to be tough. Thankfully, they're all the same, so I might just be able to do this real quick. I might get lucky. Here and just be able to kind of pick them off one by one. Okay. 1. 2. And let's go for the third one right here. Okay. There's the third one right there. Now, the real question is do I do the same again? Retin these pads with some fresh leaded, place them back, and then hope for the best. Just a little bit more flux in that last one. Okay. Don't want to do that. Let's put a little bit of fresh solder on these pads, I'm thinking. Just because they look like they could just use a little bit of a touch-up, honestly. Okay. So that's that. Now, theoretically, I could hand solder these. I think I'm going to risk it for the biscuit, though. Just same thing. Now, I'm going to have to kind of okay. 1. Just going to keep going through and doing one by one here. So let them down, and then I think we might come through and either tap them with some more solder or just hit them with the hot air again. The one nice thing about super thin boards is that stuff like this is a little bit easier because I can hit all of the pins at once and things liquefy, whereas that Hayato is a super wide area. Good, and that one's going to need to get placed again, but no. This was always more of an experiment anyhow, because there's no guarantee that even if the new Hayato got put on, it was going to work. That did not solder right. No. Yeah, okay. Okay. Alright, so we're gonna basically do what we just did. Reflux, and then let's go tap all those connections. Okay. Now, and they are pretty solid, but you can see how they're called castellated edges. You probably do kind of want them to be a little bit more solid here. So we just go and just tap everything. Let's get a little bit of solder on that tip. Get the board back in the view here. Should be good on that anyway. We'll maybe just do a little bit of basic continuity testing at the end just to make sure point A to point B is good. But my guess is that will be okay. You can see that good blob of solder get to the edge. Like so. Just a little bit more on that tip. Okay, it's clean, and I'm gonna have to angle this one a little bit weird. I should be able to just do the same. Come through and solder. Okay. Alright, now I still see two connections that need just a touch more. That one and that one. And I think we're good. So for instance, now I could put my meter in continuity mode. And for the uninitiated, continuity mode will make a nice little beep when I have a connection between 2 points, as long as I have my meter in the right mode. Beep. Okay. So you can see, right? Alright, so basically like this guy right here should go to this guy right here. So we're good. Okay. I think we're okay. I'm gonna do quick little clean. Just so I could see better down there. And I'm gonna have to go look up that electrolytic. See what its value is and see if I have a proper replacement for it. Okay, let's grab a cotton swab real quick. I always find that the toothbrush breaks up the flux and mixes everything in, but the cotton swab is really kind of what makes everything pretty. Okay. So you can see our connections there are looking pretty good. No bridges. 35 volt, 10 microfarad. Okay. Okay. And we're probably going to go ahead and just go underneath, yeah. And I guess I could just hand solder the frickin' thing. It would not be fun, but it would work. It would prevent me from having to hand solder it. Or blow up anything else on the board. Let's just go ahead and clean real quick. Nice and shiny. Nice and shiny. Let's see. I mean, the pads look good. I'd probably go through and put some remix and let it on there just in case. Try to look for, not delaminate or anything. And the biggest damage was that capacitor exploding. But as you can see, all is not lost. And those resistors could probably get floated better into place, which maybe we'll go ahead and do real quick. Trying to avoid that was fine. I mean, it's a little bit blobby, but kind of what happens when you hand solder. That's fine. Well, I am like at a loss if I should actually hand solder this chip on or not. Part of me says yes, because I don't really want to risk damaging the board anymore. And this is go just like. See, there's a little dot right there. That's pin 1, and that is pin 1. So it's going to go just like so. So now we've got to, this is kind of why the hot air is the better choice. Just got to make sure we are indexed right. Off on that left side. Okay, so this needs to come up just a bit. And we can see everything up here is almost okay. That right side is just off just a bit. And that needs to come down some. Just like 1/4 of a millimeter, just like so. Now, one more tap. Okay, that did not work. So we are back to here again. All right, that just might be better off with 2 tweezers versus my finger, but thinking that might be it. It needs to come over just a bit here, just like so. And down here we are aligned. Kinda just want to see what would happen if I see. I don't think that's, yeah, see, it's just kind of wondering. I know I just completely, well, you know, maybe we do that. Maybe let's try it. Just trying to avoid overstressing this board because I've already obviously damaged more than I should have, and I'm really questioning if that crystal is gonna still be good. Although I think whatever vinyl sheathing is all the only damage to it, but you never know. Sometimes these things can be a little heat sensitive, and if I was hot enough to explode a capacitor, I could be hot enough to melt the crystal, I guess. But alright, let's just go ahead and should be using a different tip for this, quite honestly, but that's good. Let's go ahead and just keep along like that. Just nice, lovely, fluffy pillows is what we're looking for here. Okay, we're gonna just keep doing the same here and just keep going around. Just mixing in a little bit of fresh leaded solder. And that should hopefully make the wetting process a little bit easier on me. And that's kind of going to be a little awkward, but we'll make it work. Okay. Once again, no bridges or anything funky looking. And now we're back to the start. Looks good. Looks good. Cool. Let's try this again. Now, that's another thing too. We're gonna get a little board balancer put into place here and get you back into view. Okay, now got a little bit of glare because of the flux. I wonder if this will make it worse or better. I could do this. Now you can see a little bit better here, huh? Kind of need this to go up some, just so I can see the whole shebang. And then maybe focus. So you know what, we're gonna do that and then hit my autofocus up, because manual focus is going to make me go in a little bit too deep. Okay, there we go. Now, let's get, we got a little dot. Just get an initial plop there. And then we show, and then the flux should make this a little bit easier to kind of hold into place. Now, I might just say screw it and risk the hot air. Might not. Okay. Okay, that's lined up. Now that needs to come to the right a little bit up from this corner. Flux is kind of causing the chip to float just a little bit, and the pads are a little bit too peaky. Things are kind of wanting to settle between rather than sit on top, which is pretty normal. These are a very odd style chip for me personally. Okay. And overall it looks pretty good. So I'm thinking yeah, dots on pin 1, right? That is pin 1 right there, I think. Yes, sir. I'm thinking that's good enough for government work. Let me... I don't think any of them wetted. I was kind of hoping that would like wet, but issue is that we got that side down. Let's go to this side now. Okay. Can't see what I'm doing there. I mean, might come back in and touch everything up with the soldering iron here. The chip is on. Fortunately, because of the way the chip is designed, I can't do a solid test. Now let's see here. What I'm looking for is that, yeah, you can see I think I'm just going to go ahead I'm gonna reflux. I'm gonna and then just run it over, or run over it with some extra solder, just to avoid stressing the board out too much with hot air. I'm just doing a quick little visual inspection here. Yeah, that one side is... No, I'm going to have to hit this with hot air. I'm thinking that this... so this left hand and top side needs to go kind of at once here. So I'm thinking I'm just going to work on that real quick and see if I can get both sides to wet and drop down. Just not sure. Honestly, it still looks like it's canted off the board. It looks a little bit better now. That might have done it. Just kind of doing a visual inspection. End of the day, I just need solder to contact, but I'm thinking it's tough to tell. Like, I'm looking at it here. Let's get you back into inspection mode, and you can see. All right. Well, I think it's settled down at least, and I could basically go in and just retin and form the connections by hand here, just to avoid overheat stressing the board. Those seem better on that side. This side, same thing. I mean, I've got connection here, but... And then this side, bottom side. And as long as pin 1 is on pin 1, that one looks fine. So it's really this left-hand side that I kind of need to focus on to start. Well, everything is still nice and warm. Uh-oh, did I screw that up? Yeah, see, it should be alright. It's off by just a little bit, but I think we'll be okay. After that capacitor popped, I'm just so nervous now about going too crazy with the hot air, because you never know. Now, basically, I'm going to be doing the same thing we were doing before, but this time trying to form an actual connection. So we're just going to grab some solder. Tap each leg individually. I'll do this for all the sides too. quick little visual inspection once I'm done here. It's quick enough, honestly. But as you can see, we've got what appears to be a far better connection. Oh, I got a bridge right there at the end. I've got to take care of. Okay, not a problem. Still there, I think. Might need to throw a little bit more flux. And then maybe need a little bit of wick, but we'll see. Let's grab some flux here, just dab you on. Flux just makes everything easier. Helps clear those bridges out. Basically just trying to force the solder to choose one side versus the other. Oh. You know you want to. Sometimes I have a little extra solder on that tip. Of course, that crystal is making my life a little bit miserable right now, but come on. Can't have these two legs bridged together, unfortunately. And I just bridged the third now. As you can see, I bridged that right there. That's because the freaking, there we go, okay. So let's just go ahead and use a little bit of braid. And if I've got it resoldered, I've got to resolder it, but this should, honestly, clear that out for me. And voila! No more bridge. Looking good though, looking good. Making sure I've got no more bridging. Part of me is like still wanting to go over this with hot air. Yeah, see, like I've got bad pore contact right there. In my opinion, anyway. Might be good enough, but I'm gonna hit that with some solder. Just in case. It is a pretty fairly easy process, so it doesn't hurt me to spend a little extra time. Hot air in large chips is never a fun job, but you know, gotta make it work, I guess. Issues were mainly, probably have a bridge there now. It felt a little thick, but Sorry, I left the seizure mode on apparently. All I'm really kind of trying to do here is just fill that micro gap with solder, form the connection. And that last pin too, huh? Okay. And of course, we just take a look at our work, see if we've created a problem. We did, so you can see that bridge right there. Everything else looks good. One little bridge though. It is slightly off on the pads. Nothing that's going to cause a problem, but alright, I think the same thing. I'm just going to come in here with a little bit of solder braid. Which ones are it? It's the 2 and 3 there, huh? Okay. So this needs to come in just should have done it. I think it did. It looks like that's just flux in between it. Can't tell though. I'm gonna have to clean and look. No, it's still bridged. 100%. That is still bridged. Okay, that's just quick tap-tap-a-roo. This is driving me nuts. I gotta turn this off. Come on. Quit so I could see. Still 100% bridged. There we go. That cleared it. Should be good there. Now this side. I think we figured out this side was okay though. This side as well. All right, well. I think we're okay. I'm just, yeah, that looks good. And then this side, one more look at this side. Looks good, and then one more look at this side. A little blobby right there, but I think we got it. It's just off. I was hoping it would float in place, but okay, now I need to look in my bag of tricks. I need a 35 volt 10 microfarad. 10 microfarad 25, 10 microfarad 50. that'll work. That will work. Might be a little bit larger than normal, but well, that's the other crappy thing though. And that's the one that goes through the shield, which I actually just found the other day. So let me go poke this shield. Okay, it fits. I'm actually gonna go probably verify this one on so these legs are trapped under this plastic because there used to be copper shielding on the back, but since I had to replace the ram, I'm not going to be replacing that copper shielding because it is just kind of a cover your ass mentality, supposedly done to provide a little bit extra grounding. But that is definitely it. Okay. So that's those two guys right there. Might get lucky and just be able to manually remove this and slot a new one in. Should definitely be using a different tip though. Go ahead and get that put into place. Make sure this one's not going to roll into a spot that burns the crap out of me. So I'm pretty good at that. Yeah, that's a knife edge. There you are. I like this chisel tip, quite honest. What? Uh-oh. What the heck? No, that's not good. Might have to order a new handle for this KS Girder soldering station. Maybe. Okay, so let's just see about removing some of the solder. Okay. And then you, are you going to cooperate with me here? Good. Now, probably might have is these legs are, yeah, a little bit stuck, huh? It's off camera. I might be able to just get one side out. Problem is, I don't really want to be ripping traces here, so two things. Let's do it the easy way, huh? Let's just do it the easy way. Should just be able to clip. Okay, and then what we can do, you see that last little bit right there. So I'm just going to grab this, hopefully take off freaking seizure mode. I'm sorry, guys. You do not want to grab, huh? I don't know if this is going to work or if I'm going to have to do it the awkward way and flip the board, but thinking. Come on. You're liquefied, but you don't want to come out. Alright, let's go to the other side. What we're going to do, I think, is just grab my solder sucker and hit it up that way. Might get lucky, though. I mean, I'm going to have to clear out the hole regardless, but might have. There we go. Okay. Got enough of it out that I can work with it here. Come on. What did you solder? Did you solder to something else? No. There we go. Just needed you to lift up like some. Okay, perfect. Yeesh, you're really fighting me, huh? Usually don't have this much of an issue, but in this case, you want it to be a real pain in the butt. Okay. Now, last thing last, it's just freaking glare. It's just so bad right now. It's hard to see anyway, but oof, that glare just makes it really, really, really bad. Okay, so now if I come in here and just suck this last little bit of solder through that hole. Same thing down here. Okay, so now I have a nice clean area to work with. Just clean up this burnt flux real fast. I'm going to verify for sure it's a 10 microfarad. And if it is, then fortunately, I think it is 35 volt 10, right? So I am going to actually just look it up on console 5 because it's just better safe than sorry. But I do have a suitable replacement. Okay, now let's see here. I'm going over to console 5's wiki. It's all Turbo Express, but console Atari Lynx 2. Lynx 2 capacitor list. You are C3? CO3, 10 microfarad. That's a 6.3 volts. That is C3, right? Let's just take a look right here real quick. C3, yeah, that's C3. And C3 is listed as a 10 microfarad 6.3, so I actually can use... What is that? Okay, well that's good. So I have some options. So I've got the 50 volt out, which will work just fine. This is, well, I had it, here it is. So this right here is a 50 volt 10 microfarad. So we're going to just stick with that. Screw it. There's no, same thing. You could always use higher rated voltages. You cannot use lower rated voltages. So just keep that in mind. Now it's a little slightly taller, but not much. And in terms of the Lynx, it should be fine. And if I've got to change it, I will, but we should be okay here. So let's just go ahead and get you soldered in. Okay. And okay, hit you up with some more heat real quick, just to make sure that solder goes through both sides. Good solid connection. A little snippy snip. A little snippy snip. Okay. And just a little inspection. Looks good. Looks good. Okay. And I could hit the bottom of the board up with some hot air if I wanted to. I don't know, maybe... Okay, so I guess what we're going to do now, put the camera out the way, maybe just cross our fingers and pray here. I mean, got the okay, now I'm gonna hook up power. So I did pay a little bit more for the high alto than I wanted to, but considering the fact that it is literally NOS, it was kind of worth it. So now what we're gonna do, turn our power on. We've got this thing set to safe boot, which is at 5.2 volts with the max of 2 amps. And turn the power on. So this is either going to blow up on me, or we're going to see something cool. Alright, so this needs to go and touch. Well, okay. Okay, we've got something different. So I think either the Susie is fried, or I've got to go touch up some connections somewhere. However, we actually have image on the screen now. It's garbage, but okay, that's really good news. Now, only other thing I wanted to try, let's pull the screen out. Now grab this and my game. Now, we have an actual game now, and I've got to find it again, but I really wish I want to see if we get audio. Now, of course, I could be using my brand new spanking amazing oscilloscope to do some probing here, but it's a little bit easier for me to just pop the game in and see if we get audio. I'm curious if that's the case. So we got our game cartridge here. Plop it in place. Okay. Then we are going to take our speaker and plug her in. Now the Susie could very well also be dead. I could have severely broken something with that capacitor explosion. I am going to have to go through the board at some point. However, I think this is the volume. If I'm going to read this right. No, it doesn't say. Well, we'll play with both of them anyway. Okay, so let's just do this. And we got to turn you on again. Crap, hope I didn't fuck anything up there. Now, I am seeing something I did not notice before. There is... Oh, I think that's a jumper wire that I've got. Yeah. Well, we're getting no audio now. Alright, well... It could be a couple of things. Maybe it's best for me to... Wonder what would happen. Plug the screen back in. And could very well be the Susie, but we still have no audio. So yeah, just straight static now. Does the contrast wheel do anything? Well, at least the brightness wheel is working now. Okay, that's good. But we're still not getting any audio. Before we were getting... Okay, I think it's just the connections in the Hayato. I'm wondering if that's the case here. But I'm thinking that's it. I'm wondering if I should just reflow everything from underneath, so as to avoid, let's just do this, do that. Okay. Pull you off the board. Grab you out. And that's still looking good. All right, so that's good news. So we've improved the situation. It's not obviously not fixed. However, vastly improved. So it does. Oh, that's not good, but whatever. These things are just cheap as shit anyway. So now the audio pin itself is right here on that side. I'm just wondering if we reflow from the bottom. and see what that gets us. This is cool. This one came. I bought this. I really like this game. It's a lot of fun. I love puzzle games, and you know, Lynx games themselves, complete in box, are still really, really cheap. I paid $20 for that, so it's pretty cheap. You know, I don't really care too much about CIB stuff, but maybe that's what we do. Maybe I go ahead and do that. You know, like. The board itself is, I'm going to have to maybe two-fist this. But I'm thinking that's what I do. I mean, at this point, I've come this far. You know, like, come this far. Let's lift you up so I can see everything. Even further, huh? Just like that. Okay. We'll flow everything back down. I think we're going to hit you with some more flux first. Flux is our friend. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. And I really felt like we had good connections here, but you never know. Now, of course, the Susie could also be fried. At which point, this board would be a total loss at that point, because I'd have to spend another $40 on a new Susie. And unfortunately, it's like I think I'd spend almost as much as I did for the console as I would for new parts. So, you know, you're kind of pushing it at that point. Now, let's go ahead and put this one back on. And we're just going to go ahead and right there, yeah. Okay. Alright. So I'm either going to really fuck shit up or, you know, I'm not a very big fan of this setup. And I'm really kind of wanting, maybe I could do a board holder on it. I wish I knew where my other one went. That one would be better, but this might actually work. Problem that I'm gonna have is I have too many dials in the way. I'm not sure it's gonna want to grab on anything. That might be a little bit too flimsy right there, but we could try it. That might, that might actually work. Perfect. Honestly, perfect. Now I can do this and not have to touch the board, because I don't want to jiggle the chip, you know, and really throw it out and then have to do all this all over again and explode capacitor again. And alright guys, pray for me. Let's try it. not sure. Problem is that can't tell if it's like actually settling or not. That's the issue. Alright, let's see here. And everything looks okay there. Now I could have busted up more capacitors, and that crystal might be dead too. Of course, the only thing that's going to tell me that would be my oscilloscope, which thankfully I actually do have now, so see, I'm left wondering if I've got good contact on that side or not. Let's zoom in. Let's get you back into seizure mode here. Might have to zoom out a little bit, huh? Is that really as close as I can get? Maybe I can bring it down. Those look good. They definitely look like I've got solder. And what about this side? Okay, I mean, it looks okay. It looks okay, but I'm not sure. And now I gotta take a look at the other side and make sure I didn't popcorn anything. I really didn't. Didn't melt the connector either, which is good. But I think we're good. I mean, oops. Let's see, like right there is the audio pin. And I'm like convinced we should be good there. Right? This side should be the same thing. That looks fine. And this side also looks fine. I'm guessing it's not fine. Let's just go ahead, because this is gonna kind of like be my last hurrah, and then I'm just gonna have to spend some time on it later with the oscilloscope and kind of test things out as I go, but you know, the cool thing, like I said, is that we move from black screen, no contrast wheel working, to something on the screen. Although not really what I wanted. I'm expecting to see an insert game cartridge message show up, but what the heck? Did I just short something? Oh no. And she's dead again. Back to where we were. I think I just fried it. Alright. She is dead, Jim. Damn it. I wonder what I just did. Drawing 0.2 amp. Okay. I'm guessing what I did is I maybe shorted this to ground. Shit, I don't know. Oh, son of a bitch, man. We're back at the same thing. It's just black screen, no contrast wheel, so it's just dead. I might have fried the Hayato again too. Unfortunately. Crap. Well, do we still have the... Now the funny thing is I'm kind of right where I thought this is. It was worth the shot. Might have fried the Hayato again. Don't know. I'm going to plug a speaker in and see if we get static down. If that's the case, then I know the Hayato's dead. We are essentially in the same spot we were before. Now she's around 0.6 amps. We got no sound though. Let's put a cart in, see if maybe that changes anything. And then after this, I'm just going to have to run oscilloscopes test, and unfortunately I'm just not set up to do oscilloscope stuff on stream just quite yet. So that'll be a private moment type of thing. Let's set you down to almost 5.2 that I needed this at. Okay. Get a crackle, but yeah, she's just dead. So my guess here, oh, Well, she's dead. Huh. Crystal could be dead. I'm not sure. Not sure, but that ain't right. So we're just gonna avoid hurting it anymore. Damn. Well, it is what it is, I suppose. I was a little hopeful I'd have this working by today, but not looking like that's going to be the case. Yeah. Well, we're just going to set this aside and we'll keep poking at it because I might get it working, I might not. But I didn't really have too much hope that I get this one working today. It was a thought and a prayer. I think whatever really happened to this thing to start just really F shit up. Because, yeah, I'm just going to have to go through with a fine-tooth comb. Just double check my crystal, make sure I'm still getting a good waveform on it, and I'll go check the audio, but my guess is hearing that static that I'm going to be back to no audio. That's alright. That is alright. Kind of where I expected it to be at. But, you know, we tried. We tried. So we'll just set this aside. You know, and I could always just sell it off for parts. That's disappointing. Kinda where I expected things to be, but Alright, well, I think next up on the agenda is I'm gonna be disappointed by my Series X here. Now, I started this one off. It's exhibiting the same symptoms that you would see on a system that has a bad hard drive. So, against my better judgment, I went and bought a new hard drive. And I spent yesterday cloning the original drive to the new drive. Unfortunately, what I didn't see was anything on the original drive struggling. So, I just have this feeling that it's a Southbridge issue, because again, this is also another issue that presents itself when you have a bad Southbridge, in which the system tries to turn on. It's not an instant beep on, beep off. It beeps on, it blinks for a couple seconds, and then shuts down normally with the beep off sound. That could be indicative of a bad Southbridge, and unfortunately, a new Southbridge is almost too much. Ah, crap. Did that get crunched up some? Shit. Well. You gotta be more careful with this damn thing. So this is the APU board and the heat sink, and then I've got the Southbridge board over here somewhere. Right here. Okay, now we're going to grab a new hard drive, which has slightly run off on me. I think I know where it is though, right here. So I got this guy. Now this is a little, just a NVMe drive reader. It turns it into a USB accessible device. And what I did was I bought this little replacement hard drive. Same size, should be 1-to-1 match. It's not, well, not 1-to-1 match, but it should match enough. It is the same size, same style of drive. So let's just go ahead and, I think it's this guy right here. Okay, that was right. And all you do is, okay, so that is a T8. I think that is this guy right here. Nope. That was not correct. What about this guy right here? That will work. Okay, I left a screw for the, because these NVMe drives, let's see if I can get this on the screen for y'all. So they go in at an angle, and just like so, right? And you keep them held down with a little screw. Normal systems, they're M.2s, but, or M2 screws, but in this one, a little bit bigger. Okay, that's in place. Let's put the shielding back in place here. Oh, damn it. Yeah, well, good thing these things are just stupid thin aluminum. Yeah. It's okay if it gets a little malformed. I don't want to wang it too hard, but... Okay, so now, I think it goes just like so. I honestly think that this is just going to be sold off as a parts board, or I'm just going to hold on to it and keep it for parts, or maybe I can find me a Southbridge board for super cheap. And just replace the whole thing. Well, last I looked, they're about $70 to $80, which is a little pricier than what I wanted to spend. Now, I know I've got another. There it is. I knew I had more. So this is gonna have to come off for a second. And how does this go? I think it's gonna go like so. There's no let's go like this. It goes like that. So that's what it feels like it should be like, but that's not right. That's not right. That? No, that's not right either. That's not going to be right. thought it was like that, but maybe. Huh. Well. That's not right. And that's not going to be right. This isn't going to be right. This is not going to be right. This is back to the start. That's not right. It's got to be like this. Where does it go on the other side? I was pretty sure. Maybe it goes on like this. Yeah, it goes on like that. There we go. There we go. There we go. Okay. HDMI port is not looking very good either, but okay, that should be what we need there. Just do this real quick, just so I don't lose track of where those screws go. And then the power supply itself. Does this go like, I think this goes like this, right? Yeah, just go like that. Because this that's how that goes. And this guy's going to go into here. This guy. Now, yeah, maybe the 5-volt supply. So you go there. Okay, and then grab my screwdriver again. So we're gonna pull the power board out. that's all of them. You should just kind of unglue. Pop out. Okay. Makes my life a little easier rather than having to stick everything in the case. If I can just hook this up to the Nexus connector, which is what I believe it goes into. Or it's not the Nexus connector, it is actually one right next to it. Let's just do that real fast so I can see what I'm doing here. Maybe that is the Nexus connector. Alright, I don't know if I need the fan or not, but I guess we'll find out in a second. Shouldn't need anything else. Maybe. I might have to hook everything up, but we'll find out. Now, what we're gonna do is, to avoid shocking the shit out of myself, I'm gonna plug this in like no power and power it. Now it might explode. I got a good crackle, but alright, let's see what we got. I get nothing. So okay. I wonder, do I not have the power hooked in right? Now we're really screwed. Now, it might not turn on because I don't have the fan or the DVD drive hooked in, but you get a good crackle in the power supply. Could be shorted. Yeah, nothing. Volts DC real quick. I'll just probe this 5-volt line and see what we're getting. Well, it's giving me 12 right there. Okay. So either I screwed something up and broke this cable with this board somehow. Which is very, very, very possible. Okay. Definitely getting 12 volts though, so it does make me wonder. Pull that off to the side. And I should have that in there 100%. Like, I don't think I can get that down there any further. Now this guy, I might need to just hook the fan up. That might be it, but I don't remember. this is not making good contact. I shouldn't need the USB, right? I don't need that other. I shouldn't need that other guy to be plugged in. Let's see something real quick too. I don't know if this is this latched. It feels like, oh shit! Look at that. Well, there's a slight tear in this cable. Right there. That could be it. Now, this is a last, right? Like, maybe not. Like, it feels like that should. Oh, maybe that wasn't torn. I have to push this down, maybe. Yeah, I gotta push that down. Oh, that is the Nexus connector. Okay, let's take a look at this cabling again. It's a little chewed up, but otherwise okay. Now I thought I saw a rip in it, but let's push this in and see if we can't. Get a better connection, I think. It feels more solid, but can't really tell you. This is what I get for exploring new consoles, huh? Always fun. Always fun. But that's got 12 volts. I mean, the only other thing I could do is just plug the fan in real quick as well, just in case it's trying to do a quick detect of the fan and not getting power. Board is still dead. So I either really fuck something up, I don't think it's going to matter if it's, just do this real quick, in case it was shorting on anything. It's not. I'm just getting straight no power. Now I got the fan right here. I very well could have damaged something in the process because I did not have the greatest luck getting this thing apart cleanly, unfortunately. This need to go this way, maybe? Yeah, that's probably the way it's got to go. Alright, let's just move this so my life is easier. There we go. Alright, so Got that plugged in now. Alright, we got a fan. Shouldn't need a damn hard drive. Still nothing. Plugged in. Plugged in. Try it again. Different plug this time. I am getting nothing. Absolutely nothing. There's no way. I knew I didn't need a fan, but you know, you never know. Doesn't hurt to double check. No power, no power, no power. Definitely power there. I mean, that is solidly in there. I don't know why that would cause an issue with no power, but you never know. Very weird. Well, I shouldn't need anything in that other connector. And I know I'm not, shouldn't be shorting anything out here, but just in case, once again, we'll just yeah, absolutely fine. And I know I can't really push that in any further. There is no other connection on this board. It's taped down and not going anywhere, so that's fine. Shouldn't need the disk drive plugged in. I don't think that would cause the issue. Boy, I am stumped. So either I don't have my 12-volt supply plugged in, or that big connector, I don't have that plugged in correctly, or something. Because she ain't happy, Jim. Well, do I need that Wi-Fi board plugged in? I think that's this guy. Does it go like this? Okay, could try that. I don't think that's gonna matter either, but just in case. And I've got another small Wi-Fi type board, but I think this is just for Bluetooth, so like, I don't know why this would be causing any no power issues. But you never know. Nope. De nada. Okay. We're going to, once again, still check our connection there. That's good. We do have, now we'll verify one more time. I was seeing 12 volts come through. We're just going to measure real quick. Yeah, 12 volts right there. PSU is kicking. So that's not the problem. Damn sure the power board itself is plugged in okay. Might not have had that plugged in right, but we'll try it again. Once again, these are keyed, so they only go in one way, so there's no way for me to plug this in backwards. But it could have very well not gone in all the way, so we'll try one more time here. Okay. But my guess is that, honestly, as long as I've got them clipped in good enough, like that feels... There is no getting that in any further. Yeah, I don't... And there's that thing right there. Is that the other board that I've got? I've got another weird board here. This guy. And I'm not entirely sure how necessary this would be, because this, again, this is just a Wi-Fi thing, but let's just go ahead, just in case it is needed. Plug that in, and get you back into place here. Okay, 5 volt supply in, or secondary supply in, whatever the hell that is. Nothing. Yeah, I don't know. I really don't know, because I shouldn't need to have the disk drive plugged in. You know, like I feel like I don't need that. That's the weird thing. Like, I really feel like this is completely unnecessary. So this is the shroud. Is it? Yeah, that's it. That's got to be it. There's no other way for this to go. No, it's because I've got the... See, this is supposed to go right here, like that. And this comes over like this. Oh, actually, no, never mind. I think I'm going to do this properly. make sense either, because there's a connector right there. What? I'm so confused now. There's only one way for this frickin' board to go. Yeah, goes like that. But then how the heck does the... Oh. Connects to the outside like so. This would get routed down and through here. Like this. Got that going. And this gets screwed in right down in here like so. Then plug our power in. I mean, it's entirely possible, but plug you in. It goes like that. Okay. Nothing. Plug this drive in real quick. But I'm telling you, this is definitely not going to be the problem here. And just for grins, we'll do the fan as well. And just to get no power again, but yep. She is dead, Jim. Very interesting. What an interesting problem. That's the fan stuff. This is for the disk drive. Okay, grab that out. Do that. Okay. Just gonna unplug you. But I mean, just as expected. This doesn't matter. Yeah, finally destroyed that SATA connector completely. I wonder if that's the issue. It shouldn't be, but I gotta get rid of that thing now. That thing is toast. So, I mean, there's... It's not gonna power on with... I'm no longer getting crackles, but... Yeah, that's what I thought. Well, she did. So either I screwed something up when I was installing all this, or let's just pull it apart and take a look. Still convinced I don't need that to be a thing here. That can go back there. You can go back to there. This is now effectively just going to become a parts board. Just look at the cable itself, it's fine. I mean, I know. I guess I could check to see if there's any fuses or something that blew, but I don't think there is. That SATA connector is completely busted, but power connector's fine. Yeah, I don't know what the hell could really be causing this issue. Because I would imagine, I really would imagine that well, I'm pretty much over this stupid fucking thing anyway. Guess we could just double check to make sure I just completely short something out on the 12 volt line, or am I just nuts? Basically, we don't want to be hearing any beeps right now. No beeps. Okay, so it's something I did. I broke something. I wonder if I broke that Nexus connector somehow. But it is definitely something I did. Because this was working. And I don't think... Curious if I actually need this second board to get this thing to boot, but I mean, it'll need it to boot, but I'm wondering if I can get some signs of life. Once again, do we have 12 volts coming in? We have 12 volts coming in, so the power supply is 100% fine. Yeah, it's got to go like that. Yeah, that's fine. And do we get any sign of life? No. So either I broke something on this Nexus connector. She is dead though. No signs of life. No signs of life. Now. Okay, we're going to take a look at this Nexus connector, I guess. Just make sure everything over here is looking up and up. I mean, the shield's a little scratched up because I was pressing on it with a... She is literally in as far as I can go. Those are fine. Alright, just quick test. Oh. Hilarious thing. That's the power. So here's the power button right here, right? Switch to power LED. Oh, I know that's still good. There's really nothing on these boards. There's a couple of transistors in the back. I have no idea what EG is. Those are weird looking components to me. I've never seen that before. Okay. Yeah, I don't know. I really don't. Because this cable right here is glued or adhered to the board, so I know that it didn't shift or anything. It just does not want to power on. Boy, I don't know what to say. I'm kind of at a loss right now because this is looking fine to me. She was working great before I took her apart. And I took her apart, and now she don't want to work no more. Well, she wasn't working great, but at least the frickin' board would power up. Alright, now this is just DOA, which might actually kind of be beneficial for me, in a sense. It's like straight no power is a little bit easier to diagnose, but I just don't know what to say, because it's obviously not happy, even though things only go in one way. She does not want to go back together again. I've got that thing in there as far as it can go, and there is just nothing. So unless I somehow, no, because I verified, I get 12 volts no matter what I do. We're getting the expected 12 volts. I'll double check again. Yep, 100%. And I don't think it would be the hard drive. I could try putting the old one back. I know it wouldn't be that other connector. Well, that's just USB. Yeah, she is dead. I guess that's what we could do real fast. I could find that old hard drive, plug that back in, see if I get a beep. But I'm thinking that if the hard drive was bad, it wouldn't cause the system to not boot. It would give me the same scenario that we're in, which is that it would be a short boot or a power on, power off situation. Now, my issue is I don't know what I do with that hard drive, and that is not a good thing. Well, I've lost the original hard drive for the time being. I don't really know how much effort I want to put into finding it, because this thing is just not want to turn on. Into a bag so I don't lose them. Just looking around. I know it's around here somewhere. I threw it off. Put it on my white table, but it's not there anymore. Might have knocked it off somehow, but. Okay, throw that down there so I don't lose it. And stick it into this pile, did I? Don't think I did. Not there. That one too. Huh. Well, she got away from me. Most things in my life right now. And that's fine. I wasn't really expecting this damn thing to work anyway. I'm gonna probably have to do what I don't like doing, but the reason I bought this replacement hard drive is on Amazon was because if this didn't work like I expected it not to work, then I could just do a quick refund, but I can't do that until I can find the original hard drive, because I can't sell this as a parts drive without it. Not. I'll do it over here, maybe. Oh, it's been a day. It has been a day of disappointment. Some days you win, most days you lose. Fortunately for me, this is the one thing I really didn't want to lose. I don't mind so much about not getting the board working, but kind of need that hard drive. I know it's somewhere stupid. Well, I'm looking right at it and I just don't see it. It's usually the way these things go. Yeah, multimeter, I know. It's not there. It is somewhere. I'm looking right at it, I know, and I just don't see it. sad reality about working on something for the first time is it's usually not going to go your way. And I am definitely seeing that today. Well, it's a good thing I got some Nintendo Switches coming in next week. Anyway, you know, I've had a pretty crappy day, so I am honestly not going to push my luck much further. I don't really want to work on a very expensive board today and ruin it with the luck I've been having. So I think, in the spirit of defeat, I will admit defeat. I'm going to enjoy the rest of my afternoon, play some video games, watching TV or something, I don't know. Anything but ruin more electronics, but maybe tomorrow I'll be back to ruin more electronics. We'll see how I feel. I'm a little bit nervous because, again, the next couple things I have to work on are very, very, very expensive. So I kind of want to be pretty confident I'm not going to screw them up. Anyway, maybe I'll be back tomorrow, maybe I won't, don't know. If I am, it'll be between 11 and noon Central Standard Time. I'm here every Saturday and Sunday usually at the same time. Tend to stream for a couple hours. Saturdays I try to do mods, and Sundays I try to do repairs, although it's not really set in stone. So, you know, pop back by if you want to say hi and see what else I'm breaking for the day. And thank you for anybody who liked, followed, subscribed, left a comment in the future, whatever the case. If you're watching this video, I do appreciate it, and hopefully I will see you here